And good morning at 7:03 on this Tuesday, December 29th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello, everybody. We've got a cold, frosty morning here in Cedar City. We welcome you to our program presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. And we'll start out this morning telling you that the Vanderbilt Center for Women's Health, dedicated to delivering the highest care to women in all stages of life, is now in Lebanon. The Vanderbilt Center for Women's Health provides a wide range of obstetrical and gynecological care, including annual well women exams and pap smears, preventive screenings, pregnancy care, and delivery. They also offer same-day appointments. The Women's Health team is committed to caring for you and your unique needs. Now, you'll also be happy to know that the Vanderbilt Ingram Cancer Center is now serving patients in Wilson and surrounding counties. This nationally renowned cancer center has experienced on-staff board-certified radiation oncologists, the latest and most advanced radiation technology with pinpoint precision. The Vanderbilt Ingram Cancer Center treats all types of cancers, provides the highest quality protocol and technology in the industry, as well as convenient real-time access to clinical data for patients through VanderbiltHealthConnect.com. Hospitals are for healing, new life, and recovery. They're places of innovation, learning, and exploration. But more than anything, hospitals are really about one thing, and that is community. Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital, honored to serve Wilson County and be part of all the great things that are happening here. Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital, 1411 Padua Parkway, Lebanon, Tennessee. We welcome from the city of Mount Juliet this morning, Mr. Jamie Luffman, who is the fire chief. Jamie, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman. Good morning, all of Wilson County.
It is good to see you and to have somebody to talk to live in studio, believe it or not.
Well,
I was, when I drove in and saw your vehicle out there, and yours is different from all the others.
your heart sank.
Well, Kenny's not going to call this morning. Jamie is president accounted for.
There you go, yeah.
So we've got plenty of time and a lot to talk about. And while I'm thinking about it, let me remind everybody, for several years, we have on this program done some sort of year-end review, and it's varied from time to time. I used to get, many times I'd get somebody either from one of our local papers, from the Democrat or Post, to come out, and we'd talk about some of the top stories. Then I started, I know once or twice, we did it with Billy, our newsman. We would sit in here and talk about top stories and whatever. And in the last several years, 3 or 4, I have just written the script, and I mean, I've really gone through my stack of newspapers that I've accumulated for the year, and then come up with maybe a half a dozen stories, or sometimes 6 or 8, maybe, for a particular month, and then the prominent obituaries. Right. Well, we're going to do that tomorrow, but it's going to be a shortened version, only on the second half, not the whole hour. And on the second half, I'll have just probably 2 or 3 or 4 of the top stories. And we've had a lot of prominent people to die, and actually I had to add to the list last night.
You better read fast if you're going to do it in half an hour. This year has.
I have timed it. I've done a pre-run, and I think I had 18 and a half minutes. Of course, you know, we'll have a commercial as usual at 7:30 when we come back tomorrow, and then when I get through there, and a break at 7:45. So I've got it pretty good. I may go over a minute, but MJ will forgive me.
I'm pretty sure she will.
But anyway, that's
you're going to have volumes to talk about. Yeah, that's for sure.
There is. Well,
sad but true.
So much of 2020 has been the tornado and COVID-19. And its effects on us,
right.
Workplace,
Absolutely.
School, the whole 9 yards. Yeah. But anyway, we're getting ahead of things here. Just a reminder there, and I wonder what you've been doing. You've been fighting any fires lately?
No, we haven't fought any fires. Praise the Lord. Being an up and coming city, we are we're building new and improved things, building them not to burn. So we've been fortunate there. We have had a spot fire here or two and been able to mitigate those in short order, and continue to put forth a good effort for the citizens, visitors, and businesses, the great city of Mount Juliet in West Wilson County. Real quick, the reason I'm here and Kenny's not is he's got an opportunity to have Christmas with some extended family. and they've
Okay.
been bouncing around the COVID sickness and this, that, and the other, travel restrictions and things of that nature. But I appreciate him and the elected officials in the trust that they have in me, because you and I both know what I'm capable of doing. And the fact that they
Well,
put that,
I know you're capable of me turning, getting up, walking out, and you talking continuously.
yeah,
to
company
7:30.
and company this morning presents. But no, I do. I appreciate that. And yes, we have been busy. We had a commission meeting last night, and we started it off in prime fashion. Of course, everything, like you said, the tornado, you throw in a wind event, a couple months behind that, then COVID all through the year, and then finish up the end of the year with the bombing downtown. We have had one for the books, for sure. But last night there was a little semblance of normalcy in the fact that we were able to recognize an event that was all positive. If you'll allow me real quick, I won't read the where is and the what fors, but on June the 30th at about 4:30 p.m., call came in to Mount Juliet Police and Fire of a small girl that was trapped in rushing waters, holding onto a branch, and was, about to let go and perish. And of course, Mount Juliet Police and Fire units responded immediately. Them cops in their darn little cars get there before us, big trucks. So anyway, just throwing it out. Ain't nobody in blue here. Ray's not here to defend himself, but no, they one officer in particular, Sergeant Robert Kimbrough, a longtime friend, and I must say this to validate all that you're about to hear. Robert got his start as a firefighter in the city of Laverne.
Okay.
And then made the terrible decision to swap over from red to blue. And no, I'm kidding. He absolutely, on behalf of this 14-year-old female, that was the act that saved her life, because Robert Kimbrough and other officers from the police department and 6 members of my department arrived on the scene, and indeed dispatch information matched up with on-scene assessment. There was a 14-year-old girl that was holding on for dear life to a branch in rushing water, and she was about to let go. And Robert, calling upon his training in fire, swiftwater rescue, he carried the necessary equipment in his vehicle, was able to grab that, get on the scene, and long story short, he made entry into the water without hesitation. He grabbed the little girl and got her to, swung her over to my guys on the shore. She was assessed. He was assessed. Everything turned out well. So last night, we bestowed the Medal of Valor for Sergeant Robert Kimbrough and his actions on 30 June of this year. And I'll just to wrap it up and put a bow on it, as a chief officer and as a department head, I'm watching the the vest cam video of this, and it has audio. And so you see Robert getting out of the car, running straight to the back of his car, grabbing the necessary gear, the rescue rope and the throw rope and everything, and running straight to where it is, gets down the embankment, no hesitation whatsoever. And then he says the 3 words that every department head, that every chief officer, every supervisor, every firefighter, every police officer wants to hear a rescue personnel say: I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
Yeah.
At that point in time, honest to God, I could have turned the video off and I would have known how it ended.
Yeah.
Because I know Bob Kimbrough, and I know his abilities, I know his heart, and I know his courage, his integrity, his fire, his desire. And he didn't see rushing water. He didn't see a breaking limb. He saw a 14-year-old girl, and that was his focus. He went straight to her. He told her, in calm, docile tones, told her exactly what we were going to do. That's exactly what we did, and this had a very happy ending. And it was a moment of pride for all of us in the city of Mount Juliet to bestow upon Robert Kimbrough the Medal of Valor last night. And, of course, he's a team player. He wanted to spread the wealth, but he was the one that spearheaded right into the water, and he was the one that got this.
Well, it really, we love these stories to have a happy ending, and some actually, I mean, you got to say it here. I mean, he risks his life because his life's in danger when he's out there. Of course, he's got a little equipment and some help on the shore, I guess, and all of that. But still, somebody had to do it, and duty called, he answered.
Yeah, absolutely. And same to be said for the 6th Nashville Metro officers. You know, when they gathered up down and saw what they had and heard the message, you know, they could have easily blown that off as, you know, it's Christmas morning, but they took it seriously. And I think that one decision is what saved so many lives, because they stopped focusing on the RV and started focusing on the doors in front of them. And they worked diligently. You're seeing the vest cam or chest cam video now of their actions and just exactly how close they were to that vehicle prior to its explosion.
Okay, it is time for us to take a break. My guest is Jamie Luffman. If you just turned our way and don't recognize his voice, he's fire chief for the city of Mount Juliet. Our program each Tuesday is presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. We'll take a break here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's 7:14. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Bates Ford, and they've got that regular oil change. It's only $24.95, up to 5 quarts of oil, tax and disposal. 1673 West Main. Now in traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. The police, fire, EMS gathered up on the scene of this wreck with injuries. 4200 block of Harding Pike. That's going to be out on the west side of Nashville. Again, that's 4200 Harding Pike. Traffic's on the increase down Ellington Parkway. Here comes that steady flow of traffic out of Dixon County on I-40 eastbound through Kingston Springs. Hey, to cater your next holiday party, call Princess Hot Chicken or simply go online. PrincessHotChicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing has experienced new leadership and a new atmosphere. Same location in the heart of Lebanon, 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 615-444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing.
Defensive drivers pay attention to their surroundings. They take precaution to keep their passengers and others on the road safe. We can all be defensive drivers during COVID-19 pandemic. Today, I ask you to take the necessary precautions to keep yourselves and others safe from COVID-19. Wash your hands, social distance, wear a mask, stay at home when you're sick. Living a cautious life doesn't mean that you live in fear. It just means that you care for others. Wilson County cares. This has been a public service announcement from the Wilson County Mayor's Office.
Vanderbilt Health is honored to announce the newest addition to our family of hospitals, Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital in Lebanon. This hospital will provide care for Wilson County residents with the goal of improving the health and well-being of our newest community. Hospitals are for healing, new life, and recovery. They're places of innovation and learning. At the end of the day, hospitals are all about one thing: community. Thank you for welcoming us into yours. Let's do great things together.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us again. Our program is Tuesday at this time presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. Jamie Luffman is here, our Mount Juliet fire chief. Now, back to last night's meeting. I appreciate all you had to say there and the way that you even said it, honoring Robert
Kimbrough. Sergeant Robert Kimbrough,
rescuing the 14-year-old young lady from the rushing waters. That's great. What else did y'all do last night?
Voted everything passed. Last night was the night to be on the agenda. They had everything passed. Let's see, just real quickly going over the commission was united on an amendment to amend the fiscal year budget to appropriate funds for the Town Center Trail Project. They appropriated funds for some SCBA units for the fire department. That's self-contained breathing apparatus. Our manufacturers made a wholesale change in the way they're doing their next generation SCBAs, and they're going to be very expensive. And I was able to find through one of our vendors who's sympathetic to our plight to be able to get a third of our stock at half price. So we were able to save $45,000, save the citizens $45,000 through that purchase. Let's see, appropriate funds for an inspector in the Building and Codes Department. That's for Chief Building Officer Mark Kirk, who is the only thing bigger than his outside is his inside. He's got the biggest heart. Great guy, and I love working with him.
But he needs some help.
He needed some, yes,
right.
sir. He needs some help, especially in plans review. There's three or two of us in the fire department that can do plans review, and so we take care of the fire plans. But he needs some mechanical, plumbing, and electrical experience down there reading those plans, and he got that last night. Let's see, just some other housekeeping things. They deferred on the Hayes property, and then passed 3-0 on the Beckwith Road, 57 acres on Beckwith Road for future parks. That got Parks Director Rocky Lee some, I can't even, I want to say it so bad. I always say, yeah, I got him some free deer hunting land. No, it did not get him free deer hunting land. He's sitting there right now listening to a transistor radio and a deer stand about to fall out. Going, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. And then ordinance passed last night, 4-0 on first reading to appropriate funds for the design and construction of a traffic signal at the intersection of Lebanon Road and South Green Hill Road. There's also 2 additional sites that were added along, I believe it was Mount Juliet Road there. And you know, that's the thing about a growing city is, you grow, you're going to get more construction barrels, and you're going to get more traffic lights.
Right.
And so that's, last night was traffic lights. Construction cone time is coming. Construction season will be here 1st of March.
I don't know whether I asked this of you or mentioned it when you were here, or Kenny or whomever. It might even been Ray. Mm-hmm. But one of these days, somebody suggested we're going to run out of land in Mount Juliet. Where are you going to keep putting people?
Oh, I'll tell you exactly what we're going to do. When we can't build out, we're going to start building up. What was that song? Everything's up to date in Kansas City. We've gone about as far as we can go.
But, we haven't reached that point. I mean, there's still some farmland to be developed, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. There's some land with some trees and bushes and whatever that can be made into some nice subdivisions or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it does seem you have grown an awful lot, and I do think we are moving east in Wilson County. We've got a lot more going on in Watertown than we used to have. Mm-hmm. And another thing you have to consider with the West is the traffic thing and roads. The more subdivisions you have, the more roads that are there, the more traffic lights that are needed, the more crowded it gets, and that has to be something that you are aware of and work towards.
Well, I'll know when they say the mall at Tucker's Crossroad. I'll know we've run out. We have hit the wall at that point. The mall at Tucker's Crossroad, that'll be the last thing you see before you get over into Smith County. And that's when we're going to need to start thinking up instead of out.
Well, now, Jamie, there might be more truth and poetry in what you just said.
I've been around a while. I've done that.
One of these days, as it gets more populated in that direction, that might not be a bad idea.
No, I actually I take my wife up to Riverview for some pre-op stuff, and we passed Tucker's cross. Well, it's exit 245 right there, and I saw the market up there, and I hadn't seen the market since back in March, and they told me that it had been destroyed, and they said everything but the let's see, what was it, the beer cooler and the bathroom, and I said, how poetic. That's the only 2 rooms in that market I remember ever being in.
We were talking, just alluded to this slightly during the break. Got a new mayor who has been sworn in, and James Maness has been on the council for quite some time. Yes. You were telling me he's was one, I think, maybe designated to work with you when the fire department was just getting started in its infancy. Now he is mayor, and somebody that I think you've been fairly close to and work with. What changes can we expect to see? Is it going to be pretty much more the same, or is Mount Juliet maybe going to go in a little bit different direction?
It's a little bit different direction. James has actually been on the scene there in the city active longer than I have. I was still working with the county at the time when all of that was going back in 2010. But he was appointed by then Mayor Linda Elam to be the point person for the fire department effort. And so he started garnering his education at that time. You know, he got some information that was accurate and some information that was not. But he has been able to be a reliable contact on the commission since his appointment there, and remains so to this day. The very first piece of legislature that he passed was to put my department into the general fund. I'll be funded out of the general fund and no longer sole source funded by a property tax. If you take a dart and sling it against a map, you're going to hit a city anywhere USA, and that's the way their fire department is funded. It's just like the police department, just like Parks, Public Works, Administration, everybody comes out of the general fund. Mm-hmm. Now, the property tax that Mount Juliet takes up always has and will continue to go into the general fund. It was just siphoned off for our department after that, and then from now on it will no longer be siphoned off. It will become part of the general fund bottom line, and I will get into the fray with Chief Hambrick and Andy Barlow in Public Works, Mark down in Codes, Rocky in Parks, and we'll start, scrapping over every dollar and every dime. It's going to give us an opportunity with a third station and the additional personnel to adequately staff that station, which we've set at 15 right now. Continued use of our volunteers as a total effort from the Mount Juliet Fire Department. We're going to need more than growing much faster now than the property tax would increase. And so it just made sense. That was an excellent idea to start. It provided some great seed money for the fire department effort, but the needs of the community and my job in trying to meet those needs, here we are inside 7 years and we're reaching close to 3,000 calls a year just in Mount Juliet. That's just more than the property tax at $2.6 million annual can bring in right now. So the decision was made there. Our new District 3 Commissioner, Scott Hefner, this was one of the platforms that he campaigned on, was to move the fire department into the general fund. And, of course, Ray has always been a proponent of that. James, brought it up. It was seconded, voted on, and it did pass on 2 readings. So the fire department now comes out of the general fund. We've got a sustainable financial future and growth to be able to address the increasing needs of West Wilson County and Mount Juliet.
Now, how much is your tax? Is it 10 cents?
You would think so. No, it's 16.4 cents per $100 assessed value of your property.
All right. How long is that going to stay? Is that you see a time in the near future you're going to be needing to raise that?
At some point in the far future. In the far future, I do believe they'll have to do that. Right now, we're able to make ends meet quite well with sales tax and other things that are coming in. Plus, now you add $2.6 million and leave it there. So, it's Mount Juliet is doing well financially right now. Of course, there's you need a 5-year, 10-year, and a 15-year plan for financial sustainability. But there is nothing on the horizon immediately pressing for a property tax increase.
Okay. Well, let me ask one other thing here. We're getting close to the end of the time here, but you got this third, I guess it's a third fire station,
yes,
the one to the north. Is it under construction yet?
It is. It's getting ready to go before one reading of the Planning Commission, which it has gone through the Planning Commission, and it went through really well. It's got to come back with the 2 or 3 requests of the Planning Commission. They're very small requests, nothing huge. Then it has 2 readings in front of the BOC, and then we can start digging it up out of the ground. I press the architects to make sure they ran this project through the City of Mount Juliet Ways and Means. That way, nobody can say at the end of the thing that this was shortcut in any way. This building is going to go through the same scrutiny every building does.
And this is going to be right adjacent to or next door, you might say, to the Green Hill High
Right
School.
across the brand new street of the brand new high school. Yes, sir.
Right. Now, when approval is given, which seems like that's imminent, how long construction time you anticipate?
Oh, man, this is where, if optimistically, I want to say within a year. If we get good weather, we've got a lot of motivated contractors that would love to have this project. And the only problem that they have is they're going to have a real headache for a project manager. This guy. I will be up there watching every hammer and every. No, I won't.
This is your baby. You're going to rock it.
I will be motivated. Yeah, I just want. I told Ray. I said, as long as this thing doesn't end up being the Justice Memorial or Luffman Memorial Fire Station, I said, I think I can call it a success.
We've reached the end of our time. And you've got 20 seconds to say anything before you walk out of here.
Oh, good. Here we go. The new members of the Mount Juliet Chamber of Commerce, AMI Construction, Wilson County Veteran Service offices on East Main Street here in Lebanon. Harmony at Mount Juliet, new long-term care facility, and Nutrition Nova. New members of the Mount Juliet Chamber of Commerce want to encourage everyone that can shop Wilson County, shop Lebanon, shop Watertown, shop Mount Juliet. Keep our money here, and we'll put it to very good use for you.
All right, very good. Jamie, thanks so much. We appreciate your visit this morning. Jamie Luffman, Mount Juliet Fire Chief.
Yep. New Year.
That is Coleman and Company Part 1, presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. We've got more. Keep it here, FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:31. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Absolute Kubota and Rental Lamprey. Quality tractor implements, including cutters, finish mowers, box blades, tillers, and more. 5-year gearbox warranty, extremely durable and well built. 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Traffic's really increased quite a bit in the last 10, 15 minutes coming through Mount Juliet. All that traffic flow coming out of Wilson County. Over on the west side of Nashville, they're still working that wreck with injuries. 4200 block of Harding Pike. They've got a lot of debris on the ground there. Those cars hit really hard there on the west side this morning. Curious campouts. A family sleepover with the kids 2 to 6 at Ripley's Aquarium on January 2nd. All the fun details at Ripley's Aquarium Facebook page. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Welcome to Hearthside Senior Living, Lebanon's unique senior living community designed for seniors to age in place, all within a safe, comfortable, and Christian environment. Beautiful retirement homes designed for an independent lifestyle with maintenance-free living. Hearthside Senior Living also continues the excellent tradition of assisted living for those seniors who need additional services. Hearthside Senior Living, an independent retirement community and assisted living community, all on one campus in the heart of Lebanon. Call 615-443-1994 for a tour.
71 degrees all the way.
73 degrees, please.
So what's your perfect degree of comfort? We'll help you find it with professional Rheem HVAC service that'll keep your home comfy year-round, save on energy costs, and may qualify for utility rebates and tax credits. So enjoy a new degree of comfort.
72 degrees, and I'm good to go.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604.
In your mid-state forecast,
today's forecast calls for a mix of sun and clouds. Temperatures this afternoon will top out in the lower 50s. By Wednesday, rain showers do move in, so you'll need the umbrella. Highs on Wednesday climb into the lower 60s. Rain is once again in the forecast on Thursday. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. Let's look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist TJ Scott.
Coleman and Company, welcome to Part 2. It is a Tuesday. Tuesdays we talk about Hearthside Senior Living about this time. And we're happy to have Betty Kelly with us today, Activities Director at Hearthside Senior Living. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
And you come in here wearing, you still making masks?
I am.
Yeah. Did you make that one?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you made me one, a Vanderbilt
That's
mask.
right.
And I had some people a little bit envious of that. You made some others, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Some other
Oh, yeah.
Vanderbilt. Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, we don't have a lot of time to talk about that. We do want to talk about Hearthside, of course. Sean Dozier's executive director. He's here most times, but we're glad to see Betty today. What's it been like as you've gone through Christmas here, I guess, looking to New Year's and then 2021? And, of course, a lot of people are saying we can't get rid of 2020 fast enough.
Yes, and I'm one of those.
That's wishing your life away, really.
I don't know, but whew, it's been tough, but we're getting through it.
Yeah.
You know, as far as activities go, with being quarantined, it's a little tough, but we still have some things going on. You know, I just visit them.
It's
in their
not all
rooms
done boredom. I tell you.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
Maybe very little boredom. Well, with you around, I can see how.
Try to keep it exciting.
Well, but that's part of your job, I guess, to think of things to do, be a little creative, and to roll with the punches. I mean, it's totally different. From last March on, it's been totally different in what activities you can do, and a lot of things you can't do.
Right. On a normal basis, we would have volunteers coming in and, singers and different things. And now it's like, oh, no, can't do that. So, yeah, we have to be a little more creative.
Well, now that we do have the vaccinations becoming available, is that part of being an activities director?
I don't give shots. But
you might schedule.
I help schedule. Yeah, I'll help schedule, and I'll help get them from where they're supposed to be to where they're going to be. But we've so far everything's gone well, so we'll see.
Well, I just thought of something. As activities director, do you ever have group singings or karaoke or anything like that? Have you done that? Or does that?
Well, we do group
bingo
singings.
More fun?
Yeah. Well, if I cancel bingo, I'm down, way down on their list. And Teresa will say the same. I mean, can't do that. But we have had sing-alongs and things like that. But not really. I mean, they just don't want to do karaoke.
Oh, okay.
They just need you and I there, Coleman.
Right, exactly. And
when
hey,
y'all reopen, Coleman
you are
and I will
so
come
welcome to come. Yes, I'll take you.
Well, Teresa will put on quite a show.
But Coleman can too now.
I know that the people that live in the retirement community do come and get, I think there's still $3 meals.
So far, we'll see in 2021.
Yeah, we'll see. But really, you've kind of got the best of both worlds over there. You probably don't relate as much to the people in the retirement community because your job's activities director for assisted living, pretty much. But you know some of them, no doubt, and see them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, on a regular basis.
And I think there's a waiting list to get into the retirement community.
There is.
Because it stays full. The assisted living, from time to time, there's a room or two that are available.
There
and
is.
last time Sean told us you had a little available there. You probably still do.
Yeah, a couple.
But come January here, that's probably going to get filled up
A
too.
new thing, yeah. Hopefully, with the new year, everything is going to get a little better and a little safer, especially with the vaccine coming. I'm sure I'm going to think positive and say it's going to be good.
You got any schedule on that at all? Is something set up or in the works?
It should be within the next week or two, is what I've been told. But, things change all the time, so you never know.
Well, is that pretty much an optional thing with your people there?
They do. They have an option of taking it or not taking it. But so far, I think everybody's
signed up,
gone with the program. Yeah.
Right.
I'll be first in line. I'm like, yep.
What else you got for us this morning? Anything else you want to tell us? We all hear about how there's just a lot to be said about Hearthside. I mean, begun back in 1994 in College Street, Church of Christ at the time, and in College Hills. There's still it's kind of a part of of their doings, but it's anybody and everybody's welcome, I think, if they need it and and want to come. And
definitely.
And you pretty much stayed pretty full all these years, which I think says a lot.
It's been great, and for myself, it's been a real learning process myself because I'm not from Wilson County, but it to meet all these people that are so kind and that is one thing I do want to say is during the last 8 months, we have had so many people from the community supporting and, bringing things and, they have to drop it off at the door, but, they've been really great. And we've had some groups that have come and sang outside the windows, and that's just precious. And for them to take their time to do that is just wonderful.
All right. Well, anybody that's got an idea that you want to implement, maybe you can call Betty, and the same number here, 615-443-1994. You'll entertain ideas, even if you have to say no.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not going to turn anybody down.
Oh, well, we're glad to see you today. Glad things are going well, and hope that 2021 holds some better things.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, Betty Kelly, thank you. Do you have a Hearthside hello this morning?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I do. I would like to say a Hearthside hello this time to everybody in Wilson County because we have had such a great support system, and for them to, like I said before, for them to come out and take their time to do things for us, I think is wonderful. Yeah. So a big shout to them.
Well, thank you for being here. Tell
you.
Sean we missed him. We'll see him next time, whenever that is, and thank you so much. Betty Kelly, Activities Director for Hearthside Senior Living, Retirement and Assisted Living Community, 215 Castle Heights Avenue North, right here in Lebanon. We're 20 before the hour. Terrific Teresa is here. It's a Tuesday, not a Friday, but she's here and going to tell us a little bit about December and probably a lot about January. Good morning.
Yeah, well, last night, and, I'm going to do a hello because I forgot to do this last month. It was my first time back, and I want to say hi, and this is a Hearthside hello many times, but to Miss Ann Floyd. Miss Ann Floyd is one of your very loyal listeners, and I hope Miss Ann is listening. She is such a sweet lady, and, I was sick. I had a really bad Crohn's flare, and I missed 8 weeks of work and 8 weeks of life, kind of. It was kind of crazy. But on my birthday or the weekend before, Scott Graham delivered me the most beautiful flowers, and they came from Miss Ann Floyd, and it was the sweetest, best surprise. And, Miss Ann is having a lot of trouble with her vision these days, and I sent her a big thank you note, and I hope that somebody read that to her if she wasn't able to read it, but that was just special. And, anytime somebody takes their time to send something to your house, it's really cool. So hi, Miss Ann, and I hope you had a very Merry Christmas, and thank you for my beautiful, beautiful birthday flowers I got back in November.
Well, I want to say hello to her and thank her for listening. I hear this all the time. What a great listener she is.
Oh, it's just what a great person. We deliver lunches to her, and all of our deliverers just absolutely think that Miss Ann Floyd is the most special little lady, and she really is. She really is. She is such a sweetheart. So, Miss Ann, we love you. You're just a great lady. And she has been such a great supporter of Lebanon and Wilson County.
No doubt.
I have had fun. You were handing Betty a picture of Sean Dozier and from back in the day when he was with the racetrack. I have
Nashville
loved
Super Speedway.
Yeah, I have loved Susie's pictures. Susie and Ed have kind of, they bought her mom's house and remodeled it. And her mom, I wish that I still had all the things that were in my mother's attic when we had to sell my mom's house. But I've had a ball with all the pictures. And and I think it was Susie. I'm not sure who put the picture on now that I'm thinking about it, that had put a picture from Wilson Bank and Trust, and there was Cindy Comer. And Cindy Comer has been very, very sick with COVID. But, she worked at Wilson Bank and was there. And then she went back and got her nursing degree. And I have had a lot of dealings with her at the local hospital here. She worked the ER when I was in the ER with my mom one time. Randy had knee surgery, and she was working at the surgery center about this time last year. And so anyway, it was just, I love seeing these pictures of, because I have lived in Lebanon for 58 years now, I do love seeing all those pictures. They just bring back such great memories. And this is a wonderful community here.
Well, I think Susie's not only had a ball herself doing this, and you know, all it's taken, even some film I think she's had pictures developed from, and all this kind of thing. But all the people that she has provided a memory to, and they appreciate it.
Oh,
so
it
much.
has just been wonderful. I love seeing the people that when I grew up, they were just really special people, you know, the influential people in Lebanon and Wilson County. And I love to see their hairstyles and their attire. Yeah. You know, we dress differently. I've got on my blue jeans today. We didn't wear blue jeans to work, and that was not considered appropriate attire. And the ladies always had their heels on and their pantyhose on. And, it really is that things have definitely changed. Things have changed from this time last year, because on a Tuesday, I would never have on blue jeans. But, we're doing curbside lunch pickup, and it's kind of cold out there, and I'm going to dress warm for that.
I was going to say a moment ago, things have changed a lot since March at the Senior Citizen Center, but one thing that hasn't changed, and it might have dropped out for just a little while, but the fact that we still have a lunch every day, and I appreciate that.
Yes.
We don't eat there every day, but we eat there a lot.
Yeah, and we did food boxes the first month for our homebounds about once a week, and real fast they said, we're tired of soup and we're tired of peanut butter and we want home cooked meals. And we have been so blessed with the center being close to the public. The city has allowed us as employees to continue to work and provide a service. And we are when Maureen came in and took over Sandy's position, she took over the homebound meal program, and we were delivering about probably 40 to 45 meals a day back when we closed in March. And at this point, we're delivering about 80 meals a day. And that is by volunteers who are delivering those meals for us. And the need is just there. And we're probably averaging about 75 or 80 meal pickup every day, and some days it's greater. Some days we'll only have about 60, depending on the menu and how busy everybody is.
Well, are you talking about adding those two and having 150 meals or so?
We probably are doing, a lot of days we'll prepare for about 200.
Okay.
So our kitchen staff, we have an amazing staff. Maureen and I were talking about that yesterday. A lot of our staff, we could have all said, hey, let's draw unemployment. Hey, let's take that government money. But we want to be there. We want to be feeding these seniors. I have been so blessed that I'm able to take a meal home to my mom. Even when I was out sick, my friend Janet Fakes came to the center and picked up lunch every day and took lunch to my mother for 2 months while I was out. And so my mother has had at least one good home cooked meal every day. And, it's hard to cook for one or two. Yeah. And so it's great that our kitchen staff has been amazing. Our office staff has changed, and our kitchen staff has too, for people that, did choose to stay home. And our staff has really been great. We had a great Christmas. We did food boxes. We did blessing baskets, thanks to some fabulous sponsors. It's just, we've been able to do wonderful things for our seniors, even though they're not able to come in.
Teresa Botts is with us this morning from the Lebanon Senior Citizen Center, once a month visit. It is on Tuesday because of the way the calendar falls. We've got a lot more to talk about, but after this break, we'll do it. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:48. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford, and get $50 off $250 repair offer to owners of 4 to 10-year-old Ford, Lincoln, or Mercury vehicles. Bates Ford, 1673 West Main. Now with traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Traffic still looking good right now on all the major interstate routes. Sure, we've seen a couple of wrecks out here, including 165 northbound. It's going to be between the 24 split and Dickerson Pike. Of course, the heaviest flow is coming southbound out of Madison right now. It even still looks good coming down through Goodlettsville on 65 out of Robertson County in that part of Sumner. Hey, to cater your next holiday party coming up, call Prince's Hot Chicken or simply go online, princeshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
The 2020 Titans have all grown up together. They've had a taste of success in the playoffs, and they're back with Derrick Henry.
Henry 20, Henry 10.
Ryan Tannehill at quarterback.
Tannehill keeping around right end, driving, he's in.
A stout defense.
Titan ball.
And a head coach in Mike Vrabel who's ready to lead them.
Brought to you by Steamlow Plumbing and the Jewelers.
LHS, Cumberland University, and the Tennessee Titans. The winning teams are on WANT 98.9.
Defensive drivers pay attention to their surroundings. They take precaution to keep their passengers and others on the road safe. We can all be defensive drivers during COVID-19 pandemic. Today, I ask you to take the necessary precautions to keep yourselves and others safe from COVID-19. Wash your hands, social distance, wear a mask, stay at home when you're sick. Living a cautious life doesn't mean that you live in fear. It just means that you care for others. Wilson County cares. This has been a public service announcement from the Wilson County Mayor's Office.
The Dancing Lights of Christmas is back for their 11th annual celebration of the magical Christmas season at the Wilson County Fairgrounds. For just $25 per vehicle, you will experience the dazzling sights and sounds of over 2 million lights synchronized to some rockin' Christmas tunes without ever leaving the safety and comfort of your own vehicle. The Dancing Lights of Christmas, 5 p.m. nightly, November 13th through January 3rd. For tickets and more information, visit Farm Bureau Exposition Center on Facebook. Attend both events and get discount tickets.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us. Teresa's here. We call her Terrific Teresa, and I'd like to claim that, but I think we got to give that to Wallace Austin. And he's one that came up
Wallace
with that.
did start that. He did, and Wallace also was such a mess, and we had so much fun together, and I miss him. He texted me just the other morning and said, hope you have a happy new year and 2021 is blessed for you. And he and Miss Sue called to check on me all the time when I was out sick. And but he did. 19 years ago, I cannot believe I have been there for 19 years.
That means you've been here for 19 years.
I have been coming here for 19 years. But, you know, when Pat Denton left, and I was looking through my pictures the other day, and I've kept my picture of Pat. The day before she went in for surgery, she actually came and delivered lunches, and I snapped a picture because my little friend Shirley, who is back working with us now, had texted me and said, pray for Pat. And I said, I'm looking at her right now. Oh. And I said, let me take a picture and send it to Shirley. But her daughters used that at the funeral, that picture, and it was a great picture. But you know, when Pat left, Wallace said, I thought I'd never find anybody to replace Pat. And he said, you didn't really replace Pat, but you know, because everybody's so different. But he said, you've come in and just, we've had a ball. And Pat was so cute. She was there for 10 years. Mm. And when she left, she said, girl, if you can make it more than 10 years, you're a better woman than me. And 19 years later, I'm still not a better woman than her. But that is one. We were talking about the people that have.
Oh, wait just a minute. You mentioned, you talking about Squirrely Shirley?
Yes. I love Shirley.
That is my nickname.
And I still have to say Shirley Hackett, but she's Shirley Carey now. Right. But, you know, the Lebanon Senior Center is such a great place, and it has been so lonely. And it's kind of hard to not get a little down and depressed when you're there. The staff is great, but the seniors are a lot more fun than the staff, and I miss those seniors being in there. We miss everybody. You know, we love them, and when they drive through to pick up a lunch, we get excited, and we just can't wait. I can't wait to sing karaoke again. I can't wait to play cornhole. I can't wait to call bingo. I can't wait to teach exercise class again. Have line dance. You know, I would be
shuffleboard.
Yeah, shuffleboard. On Thursday, I would actually be throwing a big New Year's party, and I'm going to miss that so much. I have had a New Year's party, and we have counted down the New Year's. Probably, I don't know that we did a dance back in the very beginning when I came, but the New Year's parties have always been so much fun. And we would count down the new year at like 3:00 because we don't want to stay up till midnight. And more hugging and loving and kissing and singing and Old Lang Syne and all that stuff. And I'm really going to miss having a New Year's party this year. I really am. I may have to throw one just for the staff at lunch on Thursday or something and put hats on them.
I think you were starting to mention some people that we are no longer with us. We've lost a number since the center had to close.
Wow. And there's no way that I could even remember. I could get back on my Facebook page and look, but we have lost so many. And I was showing you a picture. Your sister-in-law, Kim, sent me. But Preston Fritz, and Preston, was he 95?
He would have been this Friday.
Okay.
He's born New Year's Day.
Yeah, no.
He's almost 95.
Such an amazing little guy. I have been so blessed in my years to meet some amazing seniors, and it definitely changes the way you look at life and the way you want to be. You know, I think if anything, you have learned how to age gracefully and how not to age gracefully. And I think if anything, keeping a positive attitude is so important. People love to be around positive people. Yeah. And, you know, if you want to be the person that people love to be around, you got to have a good attitude. And Preston was one of those. He would be 95 soon. Preston helped us serve lunches. Preston played cornhole. You know,
he danced.
And yes, he could dance. And did
well, let me tell you a story.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a story.
He bought this little, I think it was a Pontiac convertible, maybe.
Was it a little Mustang? I don't remember, but it was a cute little convertible.
Car it was. But he had a wreck out about Shop Springs.
Not his fault.
And it broke his heel, and he was in rehab and all of this for a good long while. Mm-hmm. And he was thinking he'd maybe never dance again. But they went to Florida. He had a son who had died maybe a year or so ago. They'd never had a memorial for him, so he and Kim and my brother went for that. And down there at one of the senior places, I guess, he got to dance again.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. Yeah, he was just such a great guy. And there have been so many over my 19 years that I have been so blessed to know. Somebody the other day was saying, if you had to pick a favorite senior, and, you know, it's hard to say, but I will tell you probably my favorite ever was Miss Sadie Cloyd. Mm-hmm. Miss Sadie lived to be, was she 107?
I'm thinking that's right.
And I with her, she was still driving, and not at 107, but close to it. And she was definitely one of those that was tried to be as positive and as happy. And she would say, you know, Teresa, all my family and all my friends have died. I've outlived them all. And the way to enjoy life is to make new friends every day. And it's been really hard with the COVID and all the closures and all the quarantines. A lot of our seniors, especially those that have lost family members and loved ones, it's been hard because they can't go anywhere to make new friends right now, and or even keep their friendships going. So it has been really hard, and we can't wait till we can get open again. We just absolutely can't wait to open those doors, and we've been teased with it throughout this year, thinking we'd get to reopen, and then the COVID would spike, and the COVID is real, and we have lost a lot of our members who actually died because of COVID. We've lost a lot of our members who just died because of age and other health problems as well. But, you know, we're so afraid if we open the doors that we would be the reason that somebody got sick. And so we're trying so hard to be safe. And when they do come to the center to pick up lunches, we're trying to wear our masks. And if you look in the kitchen every day when they're cooking, all the staff are masked up and they wear their gloves and they're trying to be so safe. So, you know, if any of you guys would like a good home cooked meal and you're a senior age 55 and over, give us a call. We'll get you signed up if you're not a member. I would say you could use the walk-in track at the Jimmy Floyd, but they've had to close down because of the governor's executive order on the limited number of people. But, you know, when we do get to reopen, the Jimmy Floyd Center gets to reopen again, get out there and walk on that walking track if you can't walk at the park. But I have tried to stress more than anything, stay healthy and stay active during this time, because that's going to get you back and going, we want you to get up and dance. We want you to come to exercise class. We just want you to be able to walk back in the center again. So stay active, and, we can't wait, but we do serve really nice lunches. And I don't know if our website is being kept up with our calendar page on our Facebook page, I know has, but if you want to know what's for lunch, we have really great lunches today. We've got pork barbecue on a baked potato, and I think some coleslaw and pumpkin crunch, a good dessert. So, and they're just $4 if you're a senior. So, give us a call. We'd love for you to get some nice home cooked meals, because they're cooking them right there. And Happy New Year. And we sure hope 2021 will let us open. And, it's been a good year. I got a grandson out of 2020. Yeah. And so, there are good things that have happened this year. But
well, it's been a good year for the Lions Club pecans, but it hadn't been as good at the Senior Citizen Centers it was last year.
I know, and I wasn't there.
Got a few.
I know, we've got a box. If anybody does want Lions Club pecans, I know we have a box of pieces, and we have some halves left. They're great. They've made some really good desserts at my house.
And you can pick them up if you get your lunch today.
Yeah.
But to get that $4 meal, you're supposed to be a member, and that's only $25 a year.
$25 a year.
If you're, 55?
55 and over, so that's pretty young. And I am looking very forward to tomorrow's show here on Coleman and Company, the recap. And I'm very blessed because I get a copy of it.
Well, I've made a copy. I've already got the script. I may have to revise it slightly after today and in the morning, but otherwise you've got it, and one for your mother. And your mother's one of the main reasons I did that this year, because I wasn't going to do it.
Oh, she has got everyone that you've given her in her notebooks behind sheet protectors, and we love to look back over it because I don't ever want to forget people. Right. And so I love looking back over the obituaries.
A lot of this tomorrow is going to be people who've died during the year, but we've lost some prominent people. We're out of time. Teresa, we appreciate you very much, and thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time, probably at the last Friday in January.
Yes, sir.
All right. That's going to do it. Hope you will join us tomorrow for the Wednesday edition, and until then, I wish you a terrific day.